Hello, it's Tom Donald from the London Contemporary School of Piano. Well, today I am sitting on a beautiful Blüthner grand piano that is over 100 years old, built in 1910. And doesn't it just sound beautiful? And today I'm actually going to be talking about music and chord progressions that move across time. I'm going to show you how to play a beautiful gospel chord progression on the piano, and this progression dates back to some of the harmony you might hear in the Baroque period from J.S. Bach, but has also been repurposed into so many other genres of music, such as jazz and popular music and so on. So let's start with the bass line, and we're going to start in a nice simple key like C major, just to get your fingers going. So let's start with the bass. So this is the first note of the C major scale. 1, 3, 4, 5, 1. So that's a nice quick way to memorize this. 1, 3, 4, 5, 1. Now let's mirror that in the right hand to begin with. 1, 3, 4, 5, 1. This is just a good exercise just to start us off. Now we're going to do something a bit different in the right hand. We don't want our hands doing exactly the same thing. So we'll start like this. 1, and then 3 in the left hand, but the right hand stays on chord 1. Then 4, and then the left hand goes to 5, and the right hand stays on the chord 4. You get that lovely sound, much warmer. Let's do that again. So the left hand is C, E, F, G, C. And the right hand stays on the C, then stays on the F. Now also in the right hand we can use inversions, chord inversions, so we're not just jumping around the piano like this. So a really nice quick tip for learning inversions on the piano. All you need to do, instead of jumping up to an F major chord like this, all I need to do is lift the top 2 notes like this. And this is also an F major chord. Instead of me playing the C up here, I'm keeping the C here, sustained, with my thumb. You hear it's got a smoother sound than this. If we think of our fingers like a choir, the choir sound, it sounds more like a choir, smoother. So let's apply that now. Okay, let's turn on the bass booster now. We're going to get some octaves in the left hand. Now we're going to start adding some chord extensions and to really build this thing up. So the first thing I'm going to do in the right hand now is when I'm on the E in the left hand, instead of just playing the C major chord again, I'm going to play a C dominant 7 chord, which is this. I'm adding a B flat to the chord. And that creates a sense of leading to the next chord, the F major chord. So let's listen to what that sounds like. Now we're getting there. Let's do that again. Now I'm going to add a passing diminished chord to really spice things up. Back in the Baroque period, they used to call the diminished chord the devil's chord but now it's more like the hallelujah chord, right? It's amazing how context changes in music over time. So let's really spice things up now. So what is it I'm doing there? How do I construct a diminished seventh chord on the piano? Well, rather than studying lots of complex theory and confusing yourself, it's really important to simplify your approach so you can train your fingers to do these things quickly and enjoy it. So a very simple way to create a diminished chord on a piano, or to think about it, is to create a bunch of minor third intervals. So there's a minor third interval, and then I stack another minor third interval on the top of that. And then I stack another minor third interval on the top of that. And it's completely symmetrical, this chord shape. I put another minor third on top of that. With all of my 5 fingers, I have an octave. Now I'm just going to use 4 notes here. That gives us everything we need. And I'm going to put the F sharp in the bass as a passing tone in the bass. So let's have a listen to this now. We've got C, C major, C dominant 7, F major, then the F sharp diminished with the C shape diminished chord in the right hand. Then we resolve to C major with a G in the bass, F major with a G in the bass, and then back to C major. So let's do that again. And in your left hand, you can roll your chords a little bit. Add a little bit of sauce onto those diminished chords, right? So another thing I'm doing in my right hand to give it that jazz-like or that gospel-like feeling is I'm combining major and minor at the same time. And I guess that's one thing that's very different about blues and jazz-oriented music to classical. In classical music, major and minor is pretty much a black and white thing. Major. But in blues piano and in gospel piano and jazz piano, we can sort of blur the lines a bit there. You see what I'm doing here with my right hand? I'm sort of slipping on that D sharp into the E. It's still a C major chord. It's not really a C minor chord, but I'm using it to create colour. Maybe it makes the C major chord sound a little more sadder or bluesier. I'd say bluesier. And you can do this casually when you're playing the music. Now, jump on a piano and go and enjoy yourself. I have put together a special improvisation PDF summary and chord cheat sheet of these tips and tricks for those of you who wish to improve your creative piano playing. To receive your download, you can visit contemporaryschoolofpiano.com and ask us for the Stingray Music Series Pack, and we will send you the material with our compliments.